During the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, Romain Grosjean suffered a 119 mph, 67G impact that split his car in half and engulfed it in flames. Yet, he walked away. He survived because the modern Formula One chassis acts as a carbon fiber survival cell. That structure, along with the titanium halo over the cockpit, absorbed the energy of the impact instead of his body. But that engineering had help. Bahrain is a purpose-built racetrack with yards of tarmac and gravel that allowed Grosjean's car to scrub off velocity before finally hitting the barrier. Today, Formula One is moving away from those spacious tracks. The modern racing calendar is increasingly defined by narrow city street circuits. F1 has refined the controllable environment inside the car, but it is now forcing those machines into some of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. It is pitting modern engineering directly against brick walls. In the 1950s alone, 15 drivers died during Grand Prix weekends. They drove fragile machines past straw bales and trees with no structural protection. The sport modernized over the next few decades, but that progress was shattered in the spring of 1994 during the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola. Over 2 consecutive days, the sport lost Roland Ratzenberger and 3-time world champion Ayrton Senna to violent, high-speed crashes. At Tamburello, Senna lost control on a high-speed bend where a concrete wall sat just meters from the racing line. With no room to decelerate, his car struck the barrier at 135 mph. Those tragedies proved that driver skill could not overcome high speeds when combined with a lack of survival space. Emergency regulations followed immediately. Teams installed wooden skid blocks to stop cars from bottoming out and losing grip, along with wheel tethers to prevent suspension parts from becoming flying shrapnel. To protect the body during rapid deceleration, the sport later mandated the Hans device, a carbon fiber collar that anchors the helmet to prevent fatal neck injuries. This diagram compares the old Tamburello corner with its modern replacement. Purpose-built tracks replaced deadly walls with massive runoffs. As the trajectory line shows, allowing kinetic energy to dissipate over a longer distance drastically reduces g-forces upon impact. Following Jules Bianchi's 2014 crash, the sport mandated the halo, closing the last major vulnerability in cockpit protection. Over decades of trial and error, F1 recognized that surviving a crash relies on a partnership. The vehicle's armor protects the driver, but the environment space protects the vehicle. But that safety partnership is now under pressure. Formula One is trading vast runoffs for the zero-margin geometry of city streets. In Baku, the track narrows to exactly 7.6 meters as it winds past ancient stone walls. There is virtually no margin for error. In Jeddah, drivers average speeds of over 160 mph, threading the needle mere inches from the concrete barriers lining the track. This chart plots a car taking Jeddah's turns at 160 mph, then hitting a concrete wall. Speed instantly drops to zero. Without deceleration space, this generates a g-force spike that pushes the limits of human biology, overwhelming modern safety tech. F1 has engineered a survival cell that can withstand massive force. Yet by prioritizing the spectacle of narrow city streets, the sport effectively subjects its drivers to the physics of the past.